So, for example, just to take the case of peanuts, you're saying not only do they contain oxalates, so if you eat more peanuts, you're going to have more oxalates and a higher chance of getting kidney stones. But people, for example, think of peanuts as a good source of protein. And while they contain a lot of protein, it's not very bioavailable. So there's a lot of people out there eating peanuts, not realizing that they're getting oxalates, which will promote kidney stones, and thinking falsely that they're getting a lot of protein when in fact they're only getting a fraction of what's inside of it.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Interesting. Any other common foods that have like fairly high levels of oxalates that maybe people should know about besides spinach?
Yeah, so things like rhubarb, that's not so common in the US, but in I'm from Germany, when I was a kid, I love to eat rhubarb, when it's rhubarb season, that's pretty high in oxalate. Things like dragon fruit, and many essentially, I think I would say by default, you would want to suspect that something is high in oxalates. There's actually like tables of oxalate content of different foods. So it's a good idea. If somebody has kidney stone problem, you probably want to look at a list like that and maybe flag for yourself the things that are kind of very high in oxalate and say, oh, okay, let me stay away from those.
Yeah, yeah. But it's based on everything you've said so far. Obviously, some things have higher levels of oxalates, like spinach, but it sounds like most plants or a high percentage of plants are going to have some amount of oxalates.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, things like Swiss chard, for example, again promoted as as a health food. It's also very high. Um, yeah, and then if you're that's why juicing may be a bad idea for many people, right?
Wow.
Especially juicing because you end up you start with a large amount of spinach, whatever it is, and you condense it down to a tiny little drink.